going, Sha?
Not bad. How are you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm every now and then like I get like a weird like shock of like the fact that my kids are old and like I realize that like I've done like I feel like me and my wife we've done relatively good work as parents and like it brings me pride a little bit. Cause like I discovered something recently, right? Like I was thinking about my son, right? And like he he's trying to learn how to code.
Okay.
He likes Legos and he grows fungi
Okay.
and he plays with Pokemon cards, right?
Okay.
And all fine things. I'm glad he does them. He's a kid. He enjoys them. And I thought about me at that age and where I grew up. And if I told any of my friends any of that shit, they'd have kicked my ass. All of them. And I think it's beautiful that like my son's regular hobbies would have been like my darkest fears and biggest secrets
Right.
for anybody to know. So I think it's dope that like we're in a new place. Cause like every now and then it would be like, yeah, I wish my son was a little tougher. I wish my daughter was a little more street savvy. But also like I'm happy that we're in a place where like they can nerd out and it'll be okay.
Right.
It's like cool. I think that's dope.
Well,
Yeah, I'm happy.
That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On having two nerdy kids.
Yeah. My daughter asked me to buy her animation software. She's trying to learn how to like
look here, man.
Draw stuff.
You got two kids that are figuring out how to do stuff that's just going to move them ahead of what good is being street smart if you ain't making no money? You know what I mean? She'll figure out.
Fair.
They're moving on to different streets.
Word.
The whole point is that you are providing so that they will be better it'll be better for them. It's an improvement for your kids from what you grew up with. I mean, that's kind of what we're hoping anyway.
Right.
So they are already looking at it in a completely different way because it is a truly different world. And they are finding their interest in doing things and stuff that was nowhere near available to you. So that's already a plus.
Word.
And I mean, I hear coding, I hear animation. Well, I mean, I hear like, just moving up more than like, I just want to have an apartment and pay my bills, which was literally my goal. So already they're doing great. I mean, they'll figure out street smarts when they're allowed to be in the street.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Because I think that's part of it too. Like I had, like you did the latchkey thing. I had a little bit of that. So like there was times where like I had to be outside at that age.
Right.
So like they don't have that. So like they don't. But every now and then, like I try to put them in those environments, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you can't make it," And
but also you might be putting them in old school environments.
Okay.
Like I said, their streets are different.
Yeah.
So they may be, and they probably are, honing like skills for what their streets look like, which you don't know about because you only know about your streets. So you can tell them things that what worked on your streets so that they just kind of have that knowledge. But ultimately, you don't want them to have to deal with that because the streets is not fun. And you know what I mean? So you can just kind of tell them that and they can go, okay, that is something. And they can pull that out when needed. But their streets are completely different because I bet there will come to you with some sort of issue that is like, well, I never even thought this would be a problem. Well, yeah, because your streets were different.
Right.
So, they are probably gearing up for that. And seeing how you move, figuring out. I mean, from what I've heard of the stories, y'all just like to argue to be arguing to be right anyway. So they're probably going to be fine no matter what street they're on.
Oh yeah,
because they're all pugnacious. But like I wouldn't worry too much, because you're like, I put them out here in the streets and they don't know what to do. It's like, well, first they got to be out there on their own, and they'll work it out pretty quickly, I think, based on the tools you've already given them. And two, I bet if you went out into what their streets are going to be, you would be like, the fuck? What is this? So those are going to be those moments where you're like moving through like, what the hell? And they're like, oh, Dad. Those are their streets. So
yeah, I'm still not, like, I try to, just because of the nature of our job, I try to keep up to date with like social media and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
I still don't understand Discord. I don't understand its purpose. Like when I log into it, it looks like a forum to me.
A
That's all it
little
looks
bit.
it looks
I
like
literally
Reddit
was having
private.
this discussion with my roommate last night, because I asked him if he had a Discord, and he said he did. But that it's the way he explained using it was like, it's a way for people to converse, right? That's not
Right.
the other ways. So he was like, there was a time where people played a particular video game that didn't have, like, Nintendo stuff that doesn't have that whole networking, you can talk to people on headphones thing.
Okay.
That consoles do, like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo doesn't really have that. And so they would have a group on Discord, and that's how they would converse while playing the game together. Right?
Okay.
So it's a way of like discussion, really. It's just like another way of communication.
Okay.
So you're not like posting things and waiting for people to find you. You're finding who your friends are and finding different groups and then talking about it.
Yeah, because my daughter's on Discord, and she made me feel like 95 years old, explaining to me why she's on it and what she does. She was like, that's how we talk. And I'm like, okay, but like you have a phone that you are then logging on to Discord on.
Right.
Like, the phone does all of those things, right? You got an iPad. The iPad does all of those things. Why are you adding a layer to the thing? Like, if you want to talk, you're on a device that got a mic, a camera, like, just do it straight on the thing. And she's like, nah, it's not the same. And then she like gave me tangents, and like I ain't understand the jargon no more. And I felt 90 easily. Like, I don't get any of this. I don't see the win. I don't see why I feel like you're adding steps. But yeah, I could see that being like a different street, because I know, like, I had to explain to my dad how like iPhones work,
right?
And I wanted him to get comfortable with it, because I felt like there's gonna be a day where like he has to do a bank transfer, and the bank is only gonna have like touchscreen shit,
right?
And he's not gonna like be okay with that. Like, he likes the buttons on the side, So I feel like this is that to my daughter.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a day where I'm like, whatever the Discord equivalent is in 2040, I'm gonna need that shit to talk to her, and she's gonna be pissed off explaining that shit to me on the Wi-Fi or the 6G or whatever we on.
Right.
She's like, yo, Dad, you got connected this shit, Discord Z, you know what I mean? Discord squared or whatever it's gonna be called at that point. You gotta be on this if you want to talk to your grandkids.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna know what to do.
I think you're doing a good job with them. And I think you just gotta know that all of it will change and you will know nothing. And that's okay, because that's how that's supposed to go. Because your parents also didn't know anything at a particular point.
Yeah.
So that's literally part of it. And I know that's hard, but
I'm trying. I'm teaching them the floor game. You know what I mean? The basics. I've been taking the kids to throw out the trash for me.
Right.
They doing the building garbage, and we started doing my father's building.
Yep.
So that we could like hopefully take some work off my dad's hand. Show what he does to pay bills. And we've been, as a family, trying to eat healthier. So we're like, I'm making everybody do the cooking. Like, yo, if it's like my son made chicken soup, he had to do all the steps. So like, Normally, it takes Gabby like 15 minutes to prep everything and let it cook. It took like an hour, but my son did the whole thing.
Right.
So I thought that was dope. Like he found out what the little like chicken bouillon little box is. He tried to chew into that shit. You know,
right?
He got like a rush of flavor. He's like, okay, now you see how that works. But it was dope. Like I'm trying to teach him the soft skills, get him ready for life.
Right. Yeah, and that's all you can do. And then so apparently the world will teach him the rest of it, and then you can just kind of make sure you've got a good foundation for him, right? But yeah, don't worry about their streets yet, because they're still figuring out what they are, and you won't know what they are once they get there. So
oh man, reassurance.
Yeah,
and not knowing.
That's what I'm here for. Also, keep in mind, I have no children, so take this advice with whatever grains of whatever you want to take it with. But
I'm with it. We'll do it. I get, and this is only hitting me because like when I picked them up yesterday from school, like every now and then, like my daughter already like fully walks to me like a woman. Like she looks like I was like, okay, you're gonna get like slightly taller, you fill out a bit more, but like I see like she's an adult now when she walks.
Right.
Like she's a grown person. And my son is like transitioning to that. So like every now and then, like he still look like a little kid, like with his movements. But every now and then he'll hit like a 5 like step strut in a row where it's like, oh, that's teenage Aiden. Like it's dope,
right.
you know? So yesterday, like when they was walking to my car from the school building, like they both had that. I was like, oh shit, my kids are old.
Okay.
You know, so they like hit me. Like I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, they're not old. They're young. They're young old. You know what I mean? They're old young, or they're young old, or they're getting ready. They're moving out of kids and they're moving into young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you old. That's where the old is. That's you.
Word.
Yeah,
that's
old.
all me.
Yeah.
Like I told my daughter, I was like, yeah, I love you, but you know, like you don't get like you ain't cute no more. You know, like we were talking about like the babies and like the family, like the little cousins, and I was like, it was like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's like, oh, she looks adorable. I'm like, no, we don't give you that no more. Like, you're too old for that. You're beautiful, you know, and you're intelligent, but I can't give you cute. Like you ain't 3, okay? Like you passed that phase. Right. You could tell other people cute now. That's the benefit though. You've now graduated to where you could call babies cute.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also that switch in what cute is. Cute changes. So yeah, you can call what baby stuff cute for a family, but I mean, as far as like getting into your teen years and what cute means in a social circle is completely
right. It's different.
It's different. So like there's that as well.
Yeah,
because it's like to say to her, "Oh, you're not cute anymore." You got to make sure that she knows you mean that in like the family, like
in the framing,
that kind of way, and not like, "Oh, you ain't cute." Because you ain't cute is different than you're not cute. You know what I mean?
I like that. I'm gonna go verify that I got that correct. I feel like I did.
Okay, yeah, make sure, because she could start hating you now because
that's dope.
She could be like, my father just told me I wasn't pretty. And it's like, no, that's not what I said. I said you're not a little cutie. You're not like a little cutie pie. You're not like a baby anymore. We don't give you those liberties now. You're older and we're set. It's a different standard for you, is what you're saying. But what she may have heard was, wow.
I'm gonna go get that right later. I'll try my best.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. Especially with daughters. You're gonna say, I'm trying. You're gonna say something, she's gonna be like, oh, and you're gonna go, what? What did I do? Yo, I think about my dad all the time. 2 daughters, both of them the same but different, and him just saying stuff and us being like, oh, geez. And I'm like, what? What did I do? See, that's why I don't say nothing.
Oh, God, that's why we don't. We keep quiet.
Yep.
You know, keep the peace.
Yeah.
We trying, okay? Let's get into the news here.
Yeah.
Where I can't piss off these companies. They make their money. McDonald's is selling fan-made menu hacks.
What?
That's right. McDonald's fans have long been creating menu hacks like using hash browns as a bun. Now the chain is putting some of them on the menu. Beginning January 31st, for a limited time, McDonald's will sell 4 menu hacks popularized by its biggest fans. It's the first time ever that McDonald's has sold hacks by name, which have become prominent on social media platforms such as TikTok. Okay, that's why we haven't heard this.
Okay, great. That makes sense. All right.
They can be ordered via the new menu hack section of the McDonald's app or in person by saying the name. Self-assembly will be required for each hack because McDonald's will sell the ingredients separately. The chain said that is half the fun. Yo, y'all are geniuses.
We see you, McDonald's.
Yo, real talk.
Y'all are insane. Okay.
Shouts to McDonald's figuring out how to do self-checkout after you check out. On the fire.
Like, okay.
But it's also easier and faster for the restaurant's employees. Okay. Here are the 4 hacks that they're offering. The hash brown McMuffin. That's right. A breakfast only exclusive. This order combines sausage McMuffin and a hash brown for an extra crunch. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the crunchy double, an order of 6-piece chicken nuggets, inserting them into a double cheeseburger.
Okay.
Then we got land, air, and sea. This is a sandwich that combines a chicken sandwich, a Big Mac, and a Filet-O-Fish all on one bun.
We're doing too much.
I feel you on that. Surf and turf. This puts together a double cheeseburger and a Filet-O-Fish, and is only available on the app through delivery. Oh, so that's like special.
That's not special, bitch. Okay. Look, this is wild.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I guess you could already just order these things and put them together.
Agreed.
It's wild that anyone thinks that this is special enough that it has to be called a hack, but branding is everything. And then some of these are just like, are people actually doing this? Are people putting chicken nuggets on a double cheeseburger? Look, I'm not.
Why?
Look, I'm not saying I'm a purist, but I guess I am a purist. Land, air, and sea. You're putting a chicken sandwich and a Filet-O-Fish fillet on a Big Mac, which is already to all beef burger, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
That song is strong.
That song is strong. It's in there. I just realized, I was like, wait, what's on a Big Mac? 2 all beef patties, special sauce, under cheese. You see the indoctrination? The indoctrination. But like, it has an extra piece of bread in the middle of a Big Mac anyway.
Yeah, that's too much.
And now
the only one I vibe with is the first one.
Yeah, that one makes sense.
That idea. Yeah. One layer of the hash brown adds crunch to the already built sausage McMuffin. That makes sense to me. I like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. The rest of it is like, first of all, McDonald's, I don't know if your buns are strong enough to support all of this. Do you understand? You know what I mean? Like putting chicken nuggets on a double cheeseburger. Sometimes a double cheeseburger, the bun is like, oh, like it can't make it. So how are you gonna put it? And
like, yo, am I bugging, or like if I go to McDonald's and I'm having the Filet-O-Fish, that's the only meat I'm having. Like I'm in a fish mood.
No, I mean,
otherwise I do the other stuff.
The thing is, I have had what I call a surf and turf, which is literally a Filet-O-Fish and like 2 cheeseburgers or 2 hamburgers. I don't put them all together. I just eat them in the same setting. And usually I call that a PMS special.
Yo, get that on TikTok, okay?
I am usually, because I am also eating everything in sight. So they ain't, that's no big deal. But yeah, like that is kind of wild to put a chicken sandwich. Because what's normally on a chicken sandwich? Don't those come with lettuce and tomato normally?
Depends on which chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah. The little dollar one is just lettuce and mayo, and it's like the shitty bun.
Okay.
Then the bigger one is the premium bun, and it comes with pickles and mayo.
Oh, okay.
Or the club comes with all that.
Well, Filet-O-Fish always comes with cheese and tartar sauce. You can get one without or whatever. I prefer mine without cheese. My sister prefers hers without tartar sauce. But to put all of that on a Big Mac,
that's wild.
That's wild. And I know that extra. Also, Big Macs are smaller than they used to be. I think we can all agree. A lot of the sandwiches are a little bit smaller than they used to be. Like a Big Mac used to be like, oh God, this is it. This is all I can eat for a week. Like they used to be massive. And now people just like, yeah, let me get 2 Big Macs. Are you serious? Because my brain is like, oh, those were so big. And I don't mean they were big because I was a child and they just look big. I mean, I've had people who were adults in the 80s like, yeah, no, they're smaller now. Everything is smaller now. They've been giving us less food for a minute. So everybody has been.
Us, giving us less food, more work. I got to put this together now.
And if that's the case, I'm just going to order whatever the fuck I want to order and put it together. So then where's the special part of this?
Yeah, I didn't get that. The one thing I've always wanted is actually the Big Mac with chicken patties.
See, now that is what I'm talking about. That's revolutionary.
Yeah.
A big chicken Mac. A big Chick Mac.
They got the patties. I thought it's always made sense to me. I enjoy the sauce.
Right.
I feel like it would make sense. There's days where I don't want beef.
Wow. See?
And I want the same sandwich.
So then so now you got to get 2 chicken sandwiches and a Big Mac and then just replace the patties.
That's too much work.
That's a lot of work. And they should just go ahead and make that a sandwich, a chicken version of it.
Seriously. I've been saying this for years. I feel like it makes sense. It works. Yeah, y'all got to get on this, man.
Yeah,
because I got to do the bootleg one. I always order the McChicken and then I ask them for Big Mac sauce.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But like the layers actually does work. There's something about that like breakdown of layers that adds something to the experience. And like it's the right ratios.
And also, chicken is just a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, you don't feel completely obliterated like you would with the meat patties. Although I bet they're using I wonder if they're using like the regular hamburger patties on Big Macs now instead of like their premium. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe they are because the premium only shows up on the quarter pounder.
Yeah, see, that's why they're smaller because it used to be them fat ass quarter pounder patties.
The little hockey part.
Yeah, now it's the little gray burgers that they're putting on.
That's it.
Okay.
Not the same.
I see you.
But I rock with the breakfast joint. The rest of these got to go.
Yeah,
this is mad.
Absolutely.
Also, shitty names. Like I feel like you could have been more creative.
Yeah.
You know, we've done these already.
Right.
I expect more from you, TikTok community. Okay.
I don't know you, but I expect more from you.
Seriously, raise the bar.
If you, as a community, are going to be affecting this much of my life, I'm gonna need you to step it up.
Yeah. If these are all this is them saying these are the 4 most popular sandwiches we saw on TikTok.
And you already came up with one that is brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. You know, this is come on, man. Y'all clearly haven't been eating. Okay. Terrible taste. Nas changing the way we think about celebrity NFTs. That's right.
Were we thinking about celebrity NFTs? I was not.
The market for non-fungible tokens swelled to $41 billion in 2021. Rapper Nas is taking a different approach to tokens from other versus other artists, rather than ripoffs of the Bored Ape Yacht Club or digital copies of clothes worn in real life. Nas is offering something more substantial: streaming rights to select songs in his catalog. The tangible asset with possible real-world returns, essentially making the NFT more than a token, but a hybrid of crypto and traditional investments. Nas partnered with startup Royal on the venture, and together the two planned to launch 2 tokens that will split 50% of the streaming rights and streaming royalties for the songs Ultra Black, the lead single off of the 2021 album King's Disease, and Rare, the lead single of the follow-up album King's Disease 2. It's a play that's gathering plenty of interest. Originally scheduled to drop January 11th, the sale was postponed because the site crashed because how many people wanted in on this. But it was relaunched on the 20th. Both are sold out.
Okay. All
We're
right.
going ultra black. Yeah.
All right.
They had
what's
3 levels.
Your positive spin on this?
Oh, I bought. I'm in on this, Sha.
Did you?
I'm ready. Yeah, I bought they had 3 levels. I bought ultra black, which was it was the more affordable of the two because it's an older song. So there's gonna be less streams going forward. So it's $50. And what you get is it's like a super small percent, like 0.0143% of the royalties. So like I read like a Excel calculation of it, and what it worked out to, like if the song projects to roughly 80% of what its catalog gets to streaming wise, you'll make roughly $213 over the lifetime of the song. So roughly 4 times what you put in. Then also, like, there's 2 other like smaller perks. I forget what one of them was. The other one is, though, for like people in New York, you get like access to the secret menu at Sweet Chick, which is the restaurant he owns. Then
stop. What?
What's up? Yeah. You show the NFT and they show you a secret menu.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry, I just need a moment to be like, all right, okay. All right, look. But continue to explain to me, because I am right. Okay.
Yeah, so like essentially, like they had 3 levels of buy-in. I think like for Rare, which was the newer and more popular song, there was like 3 levels, like 100 bought you a smaller percentage, then like I think it was 250 and like 10,000. Those were the 3 buy-in levels.
Okay.
Each with like a different amount, a higher percentage, obviously, of what you got, and they came with like more and more perks. Like the 10,000 level came with like 2 VIP concert tickets, some merch, and you got to have a one-on-one call with Hit Boy, the producer. Plus, obviously, the royalties and stuff like that. I don't know. I kind of vibe with this. Admittedly, like I took part in this. I'm a huge Nas fan. He is like one of my like top 5 favorite rappers. So I wanted to just be a part of the thing.
Right.
B, I'm an artist. I wanted to like learn. So I felt like this was a chance to kind of see what this could be. Because all the other NFTs, I felt like it was just a straight scam. Like I didn't understand what the thing was. It was like,
right,
I'm buying a picture of a song, or a picture that's badly drawn, or a picture I can't hang on my wall. Like none of it made sense to me. None of those are things I wanted. This, like, you still get the cool image of like the cover art digitally, whatever that means. But there's actual like a thing now. Like if the song is streamed, I actually make money. So it makes it an investment.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting. Because essentially, like, it's the first time that, like, as a fan, I could invest in an artist I believe in, like as an investment. So like, I think that's something that, like, for younger artists could in theory be like super valuable, because it could be like a different way of doing kind of like what Patreon does. Whereas Patreon is like you like give money and because you believe in them and hope they do well. Good luck with that. This is actually, I think, a step further in theory, right? Because it's like I'm invested in your success. You might like be starting partnerships. Like, hey, yo, listen, I bought 10% of this song because I own like 60 of your NFTs and I got a plug for this and this. So like I feel like it opens up another way of doing business with people. It also gives you direct like startup capital up front if you're an artist. In the case of this song Rare, he sold out 50% of the song, divvied up over all these NFTs, and he was able to raise $369,000. For Nas, he's worth $50 million. I don't think that necessarily matters today, but like for a younger artist, I think that's dope. Like, yo, here's this huge lump of money up front. You can create other related or bigger art, and you have people that are invested in that art doing well.
Okay. I don't know if I understand this any more than whatever NFTs are, the traditional NFT.
Right.
But that Sweet Chick thing isn't, in that there is something tangible.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool. Yeah. Like, yo, I go to his restaurant, I got a thing I could show, and I could buy things that nobody else could buy.
Right.
That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
If the song gets played and I own the song, I get paid just like the artist does because I own the song. None of the other things made sense to me. Like if I own this picture and you've seen people doing like the screen grab thing,
right?
I agree. I didn't understand the idea of owning that painting or the picture because we all have the same shared experience,
right?
Of that, But this felt different to me. So it's like, oh, this is someone that is like connecting what the NFT could be with real life. So I kind of vibe with that.
Yeah, look, I think it is all still kind of scammy and new. I think it's all just very scammy and new. And I think this is interesting, but I mean, someone has to be the first to give it a shot. To see what else you can do with it, because I mean, it's just too. It is really just too like hopes and prayers. The idea of an NFT is just like I literally need something in my hand that's not just like a link to a thing to a link to another thing to a JPEG. Like that's ridiculous, and how what that's supposed to mean. So, but I still think it's a scam, but I guess kind of curious to see where this goes. It feels a little, I don't know. I feel, it just feels a little scammy. So I don't trust anything or anybody. So whatever. But I mean, if you're able to get some like chili cheese fries out of it, then that's more than what a lot of people have gotten, which, I mean, some people were robbed blind over the weekend or something of NFT stuff. So.
Nah, you gonna see me at Sweet Chick ordering wild stuff on the menu.
Oh man,
okay?
Yeah, be patient with them too, because they don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's a cute idea, but I doubt Nas really talked to the managers of the restaurants and was like, "Hey, do you have the people power to deal with this occasional off-menu shit?"
Word.
You know what I mean? He's probably just like, "This is what we doing," and they're like, "Ugh, this dude." You know how work is.
Fucking Nas again.
What are we doing now, Nazir? So, oh, please tell me, Godson.
No, we are not adding anything called jungle to the menu, okay? I don't care what your brother says, okay? You know what? I'm testing this out this weekend. I'm gonna go to Sweet Chick.
Great.
And see how this works.
Next week,
I'll let you
tell
know.
us how it goes.
Real talk. I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Because I love the food in general there. But I want to see what's on the secret menu. Bang.
Yeah.
That's the Nas. Getting me one step closer to crypto and NFT God. You know what I mean?
And they attached it to food, which is really the best way to get you involved.
Yo,
to a
they
chicken
know the
sandwich,
brand.
Forget about it.
They know. Target demo right there. They get me. Fight Club has a new ending, Sha, in China. And this time, the authorities win, apparently. More than 2 decades after its release, Fight Club has been given a very different ending in China. And this time, the authorities win. Chinese fans of David Fincher's cult classic were enraged over the weekend when they noticed a version of the movie available on popular Chinese streaming platform Tencent Video completely removes its iconic ending. For those that don't remember, the finale of Fight Club shocked audiences when it was filmed and hit theaters. In a massive twist, the narrator, played by Edward Norton, realizes Brad Pitt's Tyler Durden character is an imaginary alter ego and kills him. And while the narrator stands there with his girlfriend, they watch explosions blow up a cluster of skyscrapers, signifying the erasing of bank and debt records. That amount of anarchy, however, does not fly with the Chinese government. So they censored the film in the version available on Tencent Video, which CNN Business was able to view on the platform. The entire scene featuring the explosions has been cut out. Instead, yo, they not about that out there, yo. Instead, it has been replaced with a caption explaining to the audience that the authorities arrived just in time to save the day. Through the clue provided by Tyler, the police rapidly figured out the whole plan and arrested all the criminals, successfully preventing the bomb from exploding. After the trial, Tyler was sent to a lunatic asylum receiving psychological treatment. He was discharged from the hospital in 2012. Bang. China don't play those games, yo.
Okay.
They don't want to give you ideas.
Okay. So here's a little something that we're going to learn about Shalewa right now.
Okay.
Because you did not know this when you picked out this particular article about this movie.
No, what's up?
I fucking love Fight Club. Now,
what?
I already hear people unfollowing me. I hear you.
Yo, was not expecting this.
Love this movie. I don't know why. I understand it's crap. With time, I'm like, oh, sure, whatever. Still love it. Still love it. I have like the extended version of the DVD. You know what I mean? Like I have like extra commentary DVD stuff, cut scenes. Like it's a whole, looks like a book. I love Fight Club.
It's just more dick pics at that point. Like that there's
it's just, I don't know. It's not that it spoke to me.
Okay.
It's just that I enjoyed the ride.
Okay.
And it's also not like any other movies that I really love. You understand? I love Chicago. Right? I love the movie Chicago, a musical. I love Ghost World. You know what I mean? My favorite movie is probably Out of Sight. This is like none of those. So it's weird that I love Fight Club, but I do. So I'm literally going to save the image of the caption of what they put up instead of the buildings blowing up. Because no matter what, it's a lot of male mumbo jumbo and like consumerism, and it's a lot of just like whatever. Now hack things. We're a lot more evolved, yada yada yada. I'm not that evolved. I'm just like, yeah, why are we buying a lot of shit? I mean, whatever. I say as I buy the extended version of this fucking movie. But yeah, so when they blow up the buildings at the end and he's like, that's where all the credit, you know, the credit reporting companies and banks and shit are, and it's like gone now, and now everybody starts at zero and whatever. I was just like, yeah, because I filed bankruptcy twice. So I'm like, yeah. Get rid of all that shit. What do I know? So to know, and also it has one of my favorite songs in it, you know, it's got Pixies, and it's just like it's just this weird fractured fairy tale thing. And to know that they cut that out and just put this up like, well, actually, the cops solved the whole thing, and then they put him away in the loony bin, and then he got out in 2012. It's just like, what? What, like the font is all trying to look like the font of the movie, you know? It's not like, hey, look what we did. We're just like it's so funny. It's so funny that this is what they did. And it would make no sense because the movie is wild. And it takes that last moment of Edward Norton killing the Brad Pitt character who's in him, which means he has to shoot himself,
right?
But not kill himself because he doesn't want to die. He wants the alter ego to go. That whole thing is nutso to me. Mm-hmm. And to cut that out and then just have up like, and then the police saved the day. Is what?
You know what I mean?
It's so funny. That's so funny. Oh my God.
Yeah, it reminded me of like as a comic when you have like a really good joke, but you like a really good premise, but you still don't got the joke.
Right.
You know, like that's what this felt like. Like somebody like, yo, you just did the whole movie.
Right.
And you gonna cut, you ain't get the joke. You just killed the ending.
Right.
Completely. Yeah, nah. I also loved this movie when it came out. I stopped I still love the movie. But I stopped telling people I love the movie when I saw the other people that said they loved the movie.
Right, exactly. That is an issue. It's like, oh, wow, y'all are horrible folks. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to like this movie. But you know what? There are a lot of things. it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, let me go back and watch it and see why these people read this into it and why I saw something like what's wrong with me, or like will I watch it now and go, oh no, actually this is kind of gross, blah blah blah. But unfortunately, and there are a few things that got their tentacles into the part of my brain that is pleasure, and this is one of them. And so when I watch it, I'm like, I don't know. I just see a crazy ass fucking movie. And it could partially be because I don't read that deeply into shit. So people watched it and they came up with a whole new way of life. And I was just like, nah, this is just a crazy ass movie. So because it was never that deep to me before, I think that might be why it doesn't feel like when people who were terrible folks were like, oh, I love this. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh, it just wasn't that deep to me before. It's still not that deep to me, but I just love the ride of the movie. And sometimes I feel like we're not allowed to just love the ride of the movie of a really shitty movie. But I also love Showgirls. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
You gotta do it sometimes, yo. I'll play Crank every now and then, you know? You gotta do it. You know? Why not?
Speaking of which, Snatch.
Yo, I love Snatch.
Snatch is great.
Snatch is my shit.
Yeah.
I fuck with that and Lock, Stock. I rock with those. You know, it was when I got really into Fight Club when I started reading about like the CGI that was in it. Because there's a really like iconic sex scene in it between the girlfriend and I think it's Tyler's character, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Where like it's shot like in some like
where it's spinning around.
Yeah. Like it's spinning around them. And like I was like, yo, that's real trippy. And I found out that they were not naked. They were actually filmed in full like outfits like they do like the EA Sports guys.
Right.
And they shot that and then they like drew the naked versions of them onto the CGI body figures. And like in my head, I remember like reading that and thinking, hey, that's phenomenal because that allowed them to do those angles.
Right.
But like as like an actor, I would assume that's almost more awkward than the sex scene.
Yeah, because you have to be in the throes of sex without actually doing it.
Yeah, like you're like in some weird bionic, like
in like
green
a
and
full
black
green
outfit.
bodysuit. You have to act like you're riding Brad Pitt, and you have to sit there still while the camera goes around the bed like 5 times.
Oh man, I just pictured that. Like, that's weird as shit. Like they made a fully nude sex scene more awkward by adding clothing.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just love the movie, but I also love that China did this at the end because it's so funny.
It's so China.
Real
talk.
So China. That's so China.
Oh, China, yo, never change.
Never
yo.
change. Raise hell all summer. You're too good to be forgotten, China.
Oh man, never mind. I told my daughter she can't be cute. China was just cute. My daughter could be cute too. Why not? Let's bring it back. Finally, a flying car cleared for takeoff, but you'll need a pilot's license. A car that can transform into a small aircraft has passed flight tests with flying colors in Slovakia. The air car was awarded an official certificate of airworthiness.
Really? The air car? All right.
Yo, DJ Envy named this car. You can tell. Oh my God. Oh man, you guys are terrible. The air car was awarded an official certificate of airworthiness by the Slovak Transport Authority after completing 70 hours of rigorous flight testing, according to Klein Vision, the company behind the dual-mode car aircraft vehicle. The test flights, which included over 200 takeoffs and landings, were compatible with the European Aviation Safety Agency standards, the company said in a press release. So yeah, this vehicle, a team of 8 specialists clocked up more than 100,000 hours converting design concepts into mathematical models that led to the prototype's production. And yeah, it's apparently able to fly and drive.
Okay.
In June, the flying car completed a 35-minute test flight between airports in Slovakia. And after landing, the aircraft converted into a car and was driven to the city center.
Oh, shit. It's a transformer?
Yo, this is the truth right here.
So it lands and then the wheels come up and then you just keep rolling?
That's it. You out here, baby.
I don't think we're ready for this at all. I don't know if we're ready for this. First of all, this part sounds wild suspect. Was the air car, one, the name is wild, was awarded an official certificate of airworthiness.
Aww.
What does that mean? By the Slovak Transport Authority after completing 70 hours of rigorous flight testing, according to the company that made it. The company that made it said, no, the Slovakians, they liked it. They said it's airworthy. It's a certificate of airworthiness. What do we call it? The air car. I don't know about that. But
yo, this sound wild suspect.
I mean, yeah, how far is it supposed to fly? Like, is this like a thing where with time I'll be able to rent one and fly it from New York to Atlanta, but only 30 feet in the air the whole way?
Oh man, yo!
So I might as well drive. It still takes me 14 hours to get down there.
I mean, yo, that's not bad. The vehicle can fly at a maximum operating altitude of 18,000 feet.
Okay,
that's pretty high up.
That's pretty high up.
That's doing numbers.
But wait, is it pressurized on the inside? You think?
I would imagine when they close it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you can roll down the windows on the air car.
You know, while you up there?
Yeah, I don't think that's...
Yeah, it's a little hot, B. Pop that.
I don't think you can do that. I don't think there's a sunroof on the air car.
You feeling the draft up here? It's crazy. Yeah. Man, just drop the roof real quick on the air car. Oh, my God. This is terrible. This is what... How you need two, imagine you got to drive with two people because only one of you got the license.
Right.
One of you got the pilot. Like, there's so many things that adds to it. I feel like I only see three tires.
Right.
Or is it 4? I mean, I can't really tell.
It doesn't look like, it doesn't look like a normal, well, look, when it lands, I don't want it to turn into one of those weird ass fucking, the bikes that you lean back in or some sort of razor scooter. I want it to turn into like a Civic. I want it to turn into a Toyota Corolla and then take me on my way.
Oh man, this looks like when the first hybrid cars came out, where that's a great idea, but that looks like shit. Like, I'm never driving that. That's what bothers me the most. Like, I'm gonna spend all this money on a car that flies and it looks atrocious.
Well,
in the air and on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we're just seeing it in white and silver. We'll post a picture of it on the IG. I think when we post this bonus episode, we need to post a picture of the caption that China sets up at the end of their version of Fight Club and a picture of this air car.
Bomb.
And yeah, so that you can see. But I bet if this came in like a sassy red. Although I don't know if you want red because red is always the fastest color. So it will get a ticket.
Yo, you gonna get pulled over in the air,
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, that's some shit. Yo, land on that farm real quick. I'll write you up, homie. Yo, pull in them wings, baby. We gotta talk, okay?
Do you know why I stopped you? You're out here clipping buildings. That's why I stopped you.
Oh, man. If you would like for me and Shy to take air car driving lessons.
Yeah.
I'm about that. All you got to do is like, subscribe to the show, baby. 4 stars. Come on. You don't want us flying in the air? You don't believe? Shy and I've been built for the skies, okay? 5 stars means you want us flying, you ready. We're going to be killing it all over Slovakia only for the time being. If you have any articles you'd like us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, we are the new flight crew of the War Report. My name is Gastor Almonte, always with the homie Shalewa Sharpe. This has been a bonus episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next flight. Peace.